Hello guys and welcome back. So yesterday I got DDoSed, and for you who don't know what DDoS is basically is when someone takes and find your IP address and they take and send like a ping or signal type of disturb the internet router, or like your router, and shuts down the internet. Basically, it makes it so it's useless. So the device you're using for this instance was my console. They make it so my console is uses on the internet or uses on the IP. So basically, what you need to do is to reset your IP address on your router and to make it so it works. And it's basically illegal. This wasn't in my home. This wasn't at someone else's place because I was taking care of the house, and it wasn't my console either. I was like, borrowing it and playing there. So I was just playing Dead by Daylight. That's why it's in the background. So yeah, and the one way to prevent DDoSing is basically by having a VPN, like you have ExpressVPN, NordVPN. In this instance, I was looking more into it, and it seems like ExpressVPN is the best because you can connect it to console, because consoles do not have a VPN. You need to do some weird stuff to make it so your console is connected through your PC or your phone, to make it so it's basically, VPN. Or ExpressVPN has a different way. You can have another router connected to it and make it so you're actually through VPN. So that's one way. That's definitely what I'm gonna get when my NordVPN gets out. I'll definitely get the ExpressVPN. But basically, a short story of what happened like yesterday was I played, early in the morning, 1 in the morning. I basically played, and in Dead by Daylight, you're connected to basically PC players because it's crossplay. And most of the time when I'm playing, I actually see just PC players, barely any console players. And I basically took out those running around. I took out 2 guys. I was tunneling. Basically, tunneling in this game is when after someone got hooked and you go after the same person. Some people can get annoyed, but that's the part of the game. I wasn't the funny part. I was not even planning to tunnel, but it just happened that I saw them instead of the other person who saved them. But that's not the point. I took them out, killed them, with 2 guys left. And I basically was looking. I was using my ability with my Legion where I could see the engines who get worked on, and I basically saw no one got, they were not worked on. They were like basically everything still. So I was looking, trying to see nothing. So I sat down. You know what? Okay, they want me to disconnect. So basically, I was just sitting there, and then I went to a corner, just sat down there, took my phone, watched some YouTube video. And then eventually I was like, you know what, I really want to go out. I don't want to quit, just to show them, aha, I'm not losing. But basically what I did, I was just going to the door. I was like searching on YouTube to see how I can open the door in Dead by Daylight as a killer. Because I've seen that was possible. Killers have done that, but I'm not sure how you do that. So I went to the door, and then I, was standing, and then I heard crows. It's like, wait, crows, that means there's players. So I went there, tagged one, I took and downed him, and then I was waiting to see for another player, because if you down someone hook and his last player, he can go to the hatch. But because I was not hooking him, he cannot get the hatch. So I basically downed the one, was looking for the other one, and then my character just stopped. I couldn't move right and left, I was moving. And then I just straight out got, disconnected, where I actually couldn't take and do anything. I was like losing, like thrown out of the game. I was like, okay, those guys quit. But then there was some weird stuff. It was long loading. It was just weird. And then I looked in more too. I saw on my phone, did I lose connection? Because I've heard DDoS before, but I was like, did I just get DDoSed? And I was just looking to see. I was like, no, that's not true. I still have my internet connection on my phone. And I looked, and then I saw like, oh no, I like lost connection. So then I took and turned off my PlayStation. I should have saved the clip. Sadly, I didn't do that, but I want to do that. And then eventually, I just came back and I saw I couldn't go on my internet. I couldn't go on my phone. I was like, what is this? So I reset my router, by unplugging and plugging in. I got connection back to my phone. And I could use it to use the internet. Didn't need to use my phone internet, or like the internet, phone internet. So I was just in there, I could, and I was like, you know what, I can't do anything because, well, at this point, I mean, it's night, middle of the night, 1 in the morning. I was like, you know what, I feel a little bit tired, so, it was fine. I'm glad it wasn't like 6 6 in the evening, PM. So yeah, basically then I woke up, I called them, and we fixed out everything. But yeah, so I literally got DDoS. That's insane. I mean, people basically take and you do some illegal stuff. It's basically like the kid who took and 360 no-scope you from a distance Call of Duty. And you find out his IP address and you go and beat his crap out of you. It's basically the same thing. You're finding someone's IP address is like basically illegal in that case. Like one thing is to find it, but second go and harassing. And what they did, they basically just find my IP and just send in, just destroy it so I couldn't have connection. And that's not fun, because they ruined the whole time. Like I said, I'm glad it was the evening, I could just go to sleep and don't worry about it. But they basically ruined the night for me to play Dead by Daylight or play any game. And they just did it because they, you know, I don't know, they got annoyed or salty or what they did. I don't know. This is not even trolling, because when you do something like that, it's basically like you push someone down the stair and they fall down and break their arms. Like, haha, just a prank. It's not a prank. That's basically just so illegal to do that, you know. And a good example as I have is like your neighbor is annoying you, and then you're like, God damn it, this neighbor is annoying. And to shut him up, I take my shotgun and blast out the window. You know, it's basically like that. You know, you don't do that. You knock on and ask. You know, and in this case, those people got annoyed or something in the game. I don't know. They want to troll or they want to make me leave. So in a way, from them was like, oh yeah, we managed him to leave. We won. You know, it's basically like they had this set mind. Like if I leave, they win. But you know, I wasn't. I was looking. I was trying to see. But yeah, no, it's insane. Like how people are doing this, and you know, DDoSing in a game just because, you know, you're a big loser and big baby. I mean, come on, go touch some grass and just realize this is just a game. There's no point of doing this in a goddamn stupid game, man. It's dumb. It's dumb. So yeah, guys, that was my video to basically show that I got DDoS. It can happen to anyone. So if you have a chance to use a VPN, go and get it, you know, something, just get it. It's not that expensive, especially like I said, if you play on console, get ExpressVPN, check out tutorials, how to set it up and stuff, and do that to make sure you're safe, especially when you're playing with, when it came to like, you know, playing against PC players. Like console versus console is no big deal, but immediately you have like PC, that's when the issue comes. So yeah, guys, that was it. Just make sure, if you can, you know, understand not everyone can get it, but if you can, try to get a VPN. Like I said, the best one for games is ExpressVPN. There's no other one who does it yet. And yeah, so yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and stay safe out there.